All right, let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good morning, everyone. It is October 10th. Welcome to Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Aaron Mays. I represent District 3, and I'm currently serving as chairman. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1, and on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, representing District 2. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Madam Clerk, welcome back. First item.
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
We've got 7 items on the consent agenda today. If there's no objections or questions, I would move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, vouchers of interest under District Court, SHI International Corp., $17,567.45 is for appliance for support of court's Oracle database. Under under facilities management, paid with ARPA and SLFRF funds, Cindy and Company at $277,933.90 is for renovations to 707 Quincy. This project now is at 98.83% complete as of 9/30/2022. Under general expenses, DH Pace Company, Inc., $13,898 is for replacement of courthouse front sliding door. As of Friday, October 7th, 2022, total vouchers, $1,714,414.23. If there's no questions or comments, I would ask that we approve the vouchers.
Second.
A motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move approval of the correction orders.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Parks and Recreation, number 1, consider approval of request to lease a 2023 International MV607 hook truck at a higher rate than previously approved. Price increase results in monthly lease rates of no more than $31,200 to be paid out of operating funds.
Good morning, Brent Hallsether, Police Services Supervisor. Because of the way that the world is kind of working right now, we'd actually had this truck approved to be leased at I believe it was about $29,000 a year, and or excuse me, $27,000 a year. The actual price that they're listing us right now is right at $29,000 a year. However, the lease rate isn't set until the day it's delivered, and so the price went up on the aftermarket equipment that we're having installed. They're only honoring a price for 90 days, and this is 6 months later, and then that with the lease charges have gone up, has raised the price that we had originally agreed to. There has been changes in the past of this type, but they've always been in our favor. There's been several times when they quoted us a price and then it went down by the time we got the vehicle, but in this case it's gone the other way. Do my best to answer any questions.
Question?
Expected delivery date? We're hoping late December.
Okay. What are we doing in the meantime?
This is to replace our 2004 Freightliner, and it's still operating. We'll keep on using it until this one gets delivered.
Okay. I don't have any other questions.
Brent, I know there were several instances countywide where we ordered 2022s and never got them and then went out for 2023s. Is this one of those?
No, this one we actually ordered, and there was some question or not whether or not it wouldn't be much later than it is right now.
Okay.
And this one actually came in, I wasn't expecting it until maybe March, but this one came in and we ordered it back in April.
Okay, and then you said the one we've got is almost 20 years old. Is this the type of equipment that makes sense to buy it rather than lease it? Or,
Possibly. We have had very good luck with leased equipment, and especially stuff that we use a lot. This is a machine, part of the reason we didn't go back with another dump truck is because there's a number of different beds, a number of different uses that we can use a truck like this for. We have one other one like it. And so talking with Enterprise and kind of running the numbers both directions, and based on, you know, the way things have gone over the last 5 years, I believe that leasing it was the way to go. Of course, if interest rates continue to rise, maybe in the future it won't be.
okay. All right. If there's any other questions, okay, I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B2, consider approval of request to lease two 2022 Ford F-250 vehicles at a higher rate than previously approved. The difference results in an increase in annual lease cost of no more than $9,000 to be paid out of the operating budget.
Brendan Holsether, Fleet Services Supervisor, Parks and Rec again. This is another kind of the same type of deal where the snow plows that we ordered have gone up a bit, and the of course the monthly lease charges have gone up. It's not actually an increase of $9,000 from what we had previously discussed. It's actually about $120 a month more than what we had previously discussed. But same kind of situation. These probably will be delivered, I'm hoping, within the next month. They are at the upfitters, and it's just depending on how long it takes to get from the upfitters.
Okay, just to clarify, the original cost was $76.72, and the new cost would be no more than $9,000. So yeah, it's about $1,328.
Well, again, as if they were, I looked at the wrong line, I'm sorry. I was looking at, yes, you're correct. Again, if they were delivered today, it would be cheaper than what I have listed here. But rather than keep coming back, every time they send me a price increase, I figured I'd go with the safe amount and go from there.
Okay. Questions?
No.
Okay, I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B3, consider approval of a price increase of a previously ordered Kubota U35 mini excavator utilizing the Sourcewell Purchasing Cooperative from McConnell Machinery Company, Inc. The additional $1,015.02 is to be paid from the operating budget.
Again, Brent Hallsether, Fleet Services Supervisor for Parks and Rec. This machine we ordered, I believe it was in February, or maybe, yes, it was February. Right after we ordered it, they sent us a letter, and the letter, paraphrasing, says that Kubota will honor the Sourcewell discount, the 24% off, but they would honor it on the MSRP when the vehicle is delivered. And at that point, they didn't know if there was going to be a increase or not. We have the option to cancel the order, but I don't see them going down in price, and in fact, they've gone up. Kind of looking around at what the other companies are doing, they've gone up quite a bit as well. This machine is actually ready to be picked up, but the price has gone up about $2,000. Excuse me, $3,500. We're just, what's that?
It's $1,015.
Well, so this was to be paid out of capital outlay funds. And with the price increase, this bumps it up over the $200,000 that was allotted for our equipment. And so the $1,015 is the amount over that $200,000, and we're asking to pay that from the operating budget.
Questions? All right.
I'd move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you, Brent. Next item.
Item B4, consider authorization and execution of contract C-294-2022, amendment number 1 to contract C-366-2021 with Torgerson Trenching to extend the agreement for 2 additional years and specify additional trenching services requested with this cost.
Good morning, Commissioner. John Boyd, Parks and Recreation. We are requesting permission to extend this contract and also make an amendment to it. The contract did not include larger pipe for like electrical conduit for power service to be brought in. So we would like to make that amendment so that we have the contract pricing for that installation as well. Questions?
Questions?
Chair,
Commissioner Rippon?
how often do we do do we redo this contract for electrical work?
I believe it's
3 years or?
3 years. This is a 2-year extension on this one. I think I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It looks like last approval was granted in 21.
21, okay, all right. Do we have it spelled out in the contract how many times we can extend the contract?
No, it just says it goes to 2024,
Okay, all right,
and it sets the cost.
okay. All right,
Excuse me, Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services. I don't believe this contract had extensions included in it, so I think that's why this one is amending it to extend it for a 2-year period of time.
okay. All right,
Further questions?
that's it.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner May, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item C, Facilities Management, number 1, consider approval to close electrician position to create a new Office Assistant 2 position within the Facilities Management Department at an annual cost of $44,331.21, including benefits.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelda Henning, Director of Facilities Management. As the clerk had stated, this item is to close the current electrical position that has not been filled in a year, and to create an Office Assistant 2 position with the closure of that position. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
Commissioner Mays, Mr. Chairman, the memo says that we would be having some of the clerical and accounting tasks being done by other departments that we're locating. What is it that you're anticipating this new position to do?
Well, currently, right now, because of the way the accounting software works, there have to be 2 people that touch the product or touch the invoices as they're processing through. Right now, the audit finance department does that for me. That person would be inputting those invoices and tracking that information as the first person or the first contact in my accounting software. Also, too, with the moves of the departments out of the building, currently HR oversees the vending in the basement. My department will be taking that over as part of the process, so we'll be working with the vending company and giving out change and refunds and that type of thing as needed for the vending portion of the operations in the courthouse. This position will also be overseeing mail coming in, since currently any certified mail or anything like that comes into the courthouse comes down to the commission chambers. With you moving over to 707, the mail will be coming into the facilities office and be signed for from there. So this person will be helping with those additional duties on top of the clerical duties that the department has a need for. That is running me ragged right now.
So what efficiencies do we have by closing out an electrical position that we haven't been able to fill for a year and creating this? How is this going to make your department more efficient?
For the past year, I've estimated that we have only used about $5,000 worth of on-call electrical services, which is provided by Torgerson, versus paying an electrician's salary that we haven't, in a position that we haven't needed in the department.
But I mean, is this going to make you more efficient? Is this going to free up your time to do
It
more
will,
things?
having a clerical assistant will definitely free up my time to do the other tasks that I need to be doing, on top of just not needing an electrician. So it would be a great help for the department to have a clerical staff. Right now, I'm working literally from 6:30 until 5 or after to cover the office, and to having a clerical position that works 8 to 5 will also allow me to get out of here at a decent hour, too, because somebody has to be here from 8 to 5.
How will this impact your department, given that for the last year you haven't had that position, so you've been able to use those funds in other ways?
With the new budget year, I'm actually going to be able to compensate the department for not using my salaries to fund the department. You have offered me the opportunity to actually fund my department and have positions. So it's going to be nice to have something positive for the department and to have the staff that we need. I just feel that overall the department will run more efficiently.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
No.
All right, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item C2, consider approval to reclassify one maintenance technician 1 position to a maintenance technician 2 position within the Facilities Management Department at an annual cost of $55,753.14, including benefits.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelda Henning, Director of Facilities Management. As we discussed during budget hearings, I have 2 Maintenance Tech 1 positions and a Building Supervisor position, but no Maintenance Tech 2 position. By creating a Maintenance Tech 2 position, it gives my staff the opportunity to progress through the department with their time there and do career movements from a Maintenance Tech 1 to a Building Supervisor. I currently have a staff member that is an awesome staff member. I think he deserves the opportunity to move up into a Maintenance Tech 2 position from a Maintenance Tech 1 position, but he's not quite at the Building Supervisor level, and I think the additional opportunities to gain training and experience during the Maintenance Tech 2 step, that's the basis for this request. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item D, election office, number 1, consider the request to utilize approximately $17,593.46 of contingency funds for the payroll costs of the countywide recount of the constitutional question on the August 2022 primary ballot.
Morning, Commissioners. Andrew Howell, Shawnee County Election Commissioner. Here to request basically reimbursement of costs which we didn't anticipate related to the countywide constitutional question recount. Giving you a few stats there. We had 5 days to complete it in. Took us a day to get it organized, and a lot of phone calls, quite frankly, to get folks in on a short notice. We have a lot of people that really did help us out get that done. Just to give you a brief rundown of the process, basically for each precinct we had to have a Republican and a Democrat both agree on the totals on that particular oval on the ballot itself. So that went through every ballot that was cast in the county, verified on a precinct by precinct basis that the numbers were what we said they were, or whatever they were. I mean, and in this case, every ballot was accounted for and every vote was accounted for. I believe there were about 18 or 19 cases where election workers in the review found a situation where the voter had actually circled the entire question of either yes or no. And so due to the law, they were able to make that minor adjustment because the law actually states the voter intent, and they were able to determine voter intent on just a handful. But I was very happy with how it went. It was expensive. As you can see, there was over 1,000 hours of staff time in those 5 days to get it done. And it's important that we get it done statutorily in the time frame required by law. So kind of a difficult process to get done and organize and get it done correctly, but we had to do it by statute. So we're here just to ask for reimbursement for those unexpected costs. Happy to answer any questions you might have related to that.
Andrew, how many counties had to do a recount?
I believe for this one there were 9 counties.
Okay. And reimbursement from the state, are they gonna pay for this, or we just submit a bill and see what happens? Or?
I think that's kind of where we're at. Like, we expect to get paid. I just don't know exactly when or how that's gonna work. We have just recently sent it to them. I think in the last 30 days or less, we sent our bill over there. But I really don't know exactly how that will work. I think it's gonna take them some time. And I think they're still waiting on other counties to submit their bills as well.
Okay. No other questions?
Any other questions?
Just very costly process.
It is. I think one of the things, at least Shawnee County should take from it, though, is that our processes do work and our counts, when we release them, are accurate. I think that's part of the way I approached it, was just, it's an opportunity to show people that the ovals really are counted correctly in Shawnee County. And so it's expensive, but I guess I hope at the end of the day that the confidence of the public related to the way the equipment works is improved, or gives people more confidence in that.
Well, put some of the conspiracies to rest, so I'll move for approval.
I'm hesitant to second it because I don't think it's our cost to bear. And so it's frustrating that we have to pay this right now at least, and expect that we might get reimbursed someday. I mean, it's extremely frustrating. I know it's not your fault, but you happen to be standing there, so. I'll second the motion. So, motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks.
Next item, please.
Item E, audit finance, number 1, consider approval of resolution number 2022-81 to establish the procedures for the use of the Shawnee County Building and Facility Fund.
Good morning, Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services. During the capital improvement plan discussions and approvals, it was discussed and money was allocated for a roof and parking lot fund. This is a resolution that just lays out the procedures for that. If you'll recall, one of the things that we talked about was that The Public Works Department would do an assessment each year of the parking lots throughout the county, and then especially those that do not have specific funds that are for that purpose. Mainly those that are paid out of the general fund and like I say, that do not have specific job ledgers for that purpose, like Parks and Rec has their own fund. Stormont Vale Event Center, all of those have specific funds for that purpose. So this just lays out those procedures, and I would stand for any questions.
Questions for Betty?
No.
So if Parks and Rec is not included in this, then really what we're talking about are the public works facilities, the health department, the elections office,
Courthouse,
annex in the new building that we've acquired at 707 Quincy.
Yes.
Okay.
The Stormont
Jail.
Vale Event Center.
Stormont Vale Event Center is
The
not
jail.
included,
No, okay.
No,
and the jail are not included.
the jail would be included.
Okay, but the law enforcement center is not included, but jail
Right.
is.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other further questions? I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item E2, consider approval to transfer $718,509.94 to the Shawnee County Building and Facility Fund from the Capital Outlay Fund for the use of roof and parking lot repairs and replacements. This amount is available due to projects that were completed under their estimated cost. Additional approval is requested for the annual transfer of approved CIP Project 253, Shawnee County Roofs and Parking Lots, to the County Building and Facility Fund for the use of roof and parking lot repairs and replacements.
This is a twofold request. The first part of it is regarding the, that roof and parking lot fund that we just had the resolution on. In the last couple years, there have been projects that have either come in under what was the amount was allocated for, and then there was also one project that was changed from the capital outlay fund to ARPA funding. So they totaled the $718,000. It would be my recommendation that we transfer that money into this fund, kind of as seed money to get this started, so that we can start actually reviewing the roofs and parking lots of the county.
Questions?
Then the second part
Okay.
of the request is that to transfer the amount that was allocated during the capital improvement plan for this purpose.
Okay.
Roofs were not, or Parks and Rec roofs were not included in the project, right?
That's correct, because right now that's part of their 3R.
Okay, what about
Plan.
the parking lots for Parks and Rec? Is that the same?
That's the same
Okay.
at this point in time, yes.
Okay.
If we want to include them, what would be the process to do that?
Basically to come back and to amend that resolution that was just passed.
Okay. So that might be something that the Parks and Recreation Department would be looking at to see whether or not they want to be included in that.
And that could be done at any time. Right now, there is an amount of their budget that is transferred there. I believe it's $525,000 each year is transferred into their 3R fund for not only roofs and parking lots, but it would include those items.
Further questions?
None. I would move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item E3, presentation of the September 30, 2022 financial report.
Hey, good morning. It's time for our financial report for September 30th of this year. We will start on the revenue side. our total revenue through September 30th, was $112,565,024. That is $267,000 over what was budgeted for that same time period. And these shows the different categories of revenue, and we'll go through each category individually. That percentage, I told you we have a positive budget variance of $267,000. That is a 0.23% positive variance, so about 1/4%. The first category, property taxes, we received $91,562,029. We did have a distribution during the month of September, and we made up a little bit of the loss in this category that we had. We actually had a positive $340,000 over what was budgeted, so I guess some people were just a little late in paying this year. So we are now $332,000 under what was budgeted. Other tax revenue, the next category, $12,595,684. That is $132,000 under what was budgeted, and that is mostly in the motor vehicle area. Charges for services, $4,616,980, and that is $406,000 under what was budgeted. The two major categories of that is DOC is about $300,000 under what was budgeted for care of prisoners, and then Parks and Rec is $130,000 under what was budgeted. In the last category, other revenue, we received $3,790,331. That is $1,139,000 over what was budgeted, and that is primarily from investment income and penalties and interest, which both came in over what was budgeted. So here's our pie chart showing 81% of our revenue is from property taxes. Other taxes, 11%. Charges for services are 4%, and other revenue is 4%. Next, we'll go on to the year-to-date expenditures. The expenditures that have been paid and encumbered through September 30 is $88,293,767. That is $702,000 under what was budgeted, so a positive budget variance, and that is 0.79%, so about 0.75%. So, this chart shows the different categories that we will look at. Law enforcement is the first category, $43,157,220. That is $316,000 under budget, and that is primarily in the courts and the sheriff's office. Next is recreation, $313,619. $13,619,247, and that is $235,000 under what was budgeted. And Parks and Rec, you will recall, they were a little under in revenue, and they are under in expenditures also, which offset each other. Public Works, $8,135,956. That is $78,000 under budget, and that's primarily in the appraiser's office. Next is Public Health, $5,952,400, and that is right on budget. Administrative Services, $9,224,664, and that is also right on budget. And our last Category is debt service, $8,204,279. That is also right on budget. So here's our chart that just shows the different categories lined up beside each other for a visual. And then here's our pie chart. 49% of our expenditures are for law enforcement, recreation is 15%, public works is 9%, public health 7%, administrative services 11%, debt service is 9%. And this is just out of the general fund. So since it is the end of the quarter, I'll also show you the public works that expenditures from all of their funds. This includes the general fund, project funds, the Willard Bridge debt service. We have a zero-interest loan to KDOT for that. The sewer districts and townships, special equipment fund, and the capital outlay fund. That totals $15,249,031. So you can see that the general fund is just 39% of what the total that we have spent for public works. And then the same thing for Parks and Recreation for all funds. This is from the general fund, the Parks and Rec revolving fund, the Parks and Rec building maintenance fund, excess reserves that they were given, capital outlay fund, and then the parkland acquisition funds. That totals $16,158,106. You can see in this case, 80% of that is from the general fund. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
No.
No? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item F, Human Resources. Number 1, consider approval of 2023 employee benefit cost and change to benefit wait period for new hires.
Good morning, Commissioners. Angela Lewis with Human Resources. Today I come before you to request that we leave the PPO plan cost for 2023 the same as they are for 2022. That would be employee child 2512, employee only 2512, employee child 22110, employee spouse 39194, and employee family 56480. This also comes with leaving our employer contributions for both the PPO plan and the high deductible plan at $844.20. You all are aware that we have this new high deductible health plan that will be available during open enrollment this year. We are asking that $5 be the amount for employee only, $187.94 for employee child, $333.14 for employee spouse, and $480.08 for employee family. We'd also like to ask, as part of this request, that we change our new hire employees go from a 60-day wait period to a 30-day wait period. I think that will help us recruit more people in. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about our request.
Questions? Yep.
Chairman, thank you. The health savings account or health savings plan, is that going to be announced to the employees for them to be able to start contributing to as well?
Yes, because it will have an HSA that's associated with it. So all that information will go out later today when we get information out about the meetings and how to enroll in our new BINTech system as well.
Okay. So later today, the employees will know their 2023 health plan costs and the ability to enroll in the health savings accounts.
Yes, I would just remind you that our meetings will happen next week and enrollment won't open until the week after that. So there'll be plenty of time to watch the brain sharks, look at the benefits guides, and make your decisions with your family.
Okay. But at this point, the request is just to leave the plan costs the same as they are right now.
That is for the PPO plan, which is a plan that we already have. But yes, this is a new request for high deductible because we've never had it before.
Okay.
Yes. No, that actually has not been approved, so I'd have to get that approved as well. Betty reminded me that the county will be contributing to the high deductible HSA plan, and that I'll need to get that approved as well.
Okay. And those plans, when will they start?
January 1st of this year. So we're asking for all these changes to happen January 1st.
Okay, any further questions?
Yep. Move for approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item G, Commission, number 1, consider the appointment of Todd Reeves to the Shawnee County Fire District Number 2 Board due to the replacement of Board Member Ken Wickman.
Was this, go ahead.
This is a request from the fire board to replace a outgoing member.
Okay, I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 5, public comment.
I don't have anybody signed up. Is there any member of the public wishing to speak today? Seeing none, next item, please.
Item 6, Administrative Communications.
Administrative Communications.
Good morning, Riley Schaefer with Parks and Rec. Over the next several weeks, we're going to start getting flower beds ready at Old Prairie Town, Gage Park, and Ted Inslee Gardens at Lake Shawnee. And we're in need of volunteers, so if anyone is interested in volunteering, you can give us a call at 251-6800 and ask for myself, or 251-6812. The horticulture staff works really hard every year, but they are a little short-staffed right now, so we are in need of volunteers. And we have plenty of gloves for everyone, so probably enough for everyone in this room if they want to come out. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Any other administrative communications? All right, Commissioner Rippon.
I don't have anything to add this morning.
Commissioner Cook?
No, nor do I.
Okay, well, I'll just talk then. So, had a chance to check out a couple of cool community events over the weekend. Evergy Plaza had the Axtoberfest, which was nice. So took the family down, did some axe throwing, got some good music from Chance Encounter. It was a lot of fun. And then also had a chance to go on the Child Care Aware homes tour that they did. They had 4 houses that they were doing tours of to raise money for Child Care Aware, so that was a neat event as well. Hopefully it was a successful one. So I don't have anything else, though. Next item, please.
Item 7, executive session.
We do not have a need for executive session today, so we are adjourned.